In Clock Tower 3, time ain't just ticking, it's killing. Alright, horror nerds, brace yourselves. We're about to dive into one of the most campy and criminally underrated survival horror titles for PS2, Clock Tower 3. There's time travel, evil ghosts, unhinged serial killers, and more screaming than me whenever I run into a jump scare on stream. This is not the right way. Wait. Wow! Holy shit! Where the fuck did you come from, homeboy? Today we're breaking down the whole game, story, gameplay, all of it, seeing if it still holds up today or if it should have stayed buried in 2002. Clock Tower 3 made its PS2 debut in 2002, developed by Capcom and Sunsoft, taking over from the original series developer Human Entertainment, which closed up shop in 2000. It's the final game in the Clock Tower series, which started out as a slow point-and-click horror back in the 90s. This one, yeah, it ditched all that poking around and clicking nonsense and went full 3D cinematic survival horror. You play as Alyssa Hamilton, a 14-year-old girl who comes home from boarding school and finds out that her mom Nancy has straight up vanished. Classic horror setup, right? Instead of just hiding from some random creep, in the older Clock Tower games, Alyssa gets yeeted through time to face off against serial killers possessed by evil entities, because apparently puberty wasn't hard enough. Yeah, this isn't the type of hide in the closet and hope for the best type of horror game anymore. Gameplay is pretty much split between exploring and straight up running for your life. Alyssa really can't throw hands, so you're stuck hiding and keeping that panic meter under control. Let it max out and she'll stumble around like she's in a bad slapstick routine. You can also use lavender water to calm Alyssa's panic meter, though I usually wait to save that for later in the game when things really get intense. There's the invisibility band, a little magical wristband that lets her slip past stalkers for a short time, though honestly it doesn't last long enough to be super reliable. And then there's the sigil stone, which can block a single attack from hurting Alyssa, though I never hold on to these very long since enemies seem to jump out of nowhere anyway. She does have holy water to fight back. You start with 3 refills, and you can top them off at fountains or holy water jars. Holy water isn't just for fighting ghosts. Either you can use it to activate portals or remove the blue crest blocking doors. Save points let Alyssa hide from enemies and reduce her panic meter. Evade points trigger a cutscene where Alyssa knocks the killer on their ass, to say the least. For boss fights, Alyssa takes things to a whole new level with her bow and arrow, passing judgment. You've got 2 types of arrows in the game, the repellent arrow, which does actual damage, and the binding arrow, which pins the boss down like bullseye! Hit a boss with the binding arrow 3 times, and it triggers her ultimate attack, or as I like to call it, her anime girl moment. Now, for the most pivotal part of any survival horror game, the story. I'll be taking you through each chapter of Alyssa's journey, from time travel shenanigans to stalkers that look like horror movie rejects. Kicking things off in London, Christmas 1942, smack dab in the middle of World War II. Squadrons of German bombers are roaring overhead, unleashing a barrage of explosives on the city. At one point, Alyssa nearly gets pancaked by a double-decker bus while she's running up the street. She stumbles upon a body that looks like it was on the receiving end of a bomb blast. Yep, the first restless spirit that you get to freak out over. Finding their sentimental items in the world is Alyssa's way of practicing spiritual healing, and quickly becomes her full-time job in the game. The apparitions are helpful by leaving you items when you calm them down, because even dead people like to play Santa sometimes. Grab the engagement ring from the nearby phone booth, and then return it to the ring box on the ground to set the soul free. You stumble upon another ghoulie looking for its prized golden fountain pen, though in this case, all that's left is a spooky outline where the body used to be. Grab the pen, settle the ghost unfinished business, and head to the tailor shop. His backstory. Robert Morris, a stonecutter who got possessed by an entity, completely lost it and killed 5 co-workers. You first see him chasing Little May Norton, a pianist, before he sets his sights on you. He really sticks with me because every time that he's around, he always yells in the most hair-raising voice,
Alyssa, where are you? Alyssa, where are you?
The concert hall is platforming chaos and panic management all in one. You're lighting lamps, crossing beams, which are super easy to fall off of because Alyssa's clumsy as hell. And Sledgehammer pops up like he's sniffing for snacks, or maybe just your ass. There are hiding spots, lockers, and stage curtains. My personal favorite is the stage curtain since he literally can't come back there. The lockers? No, I usually just sprint. There's also an evade point where Alyssa whacks him with a violin case in a cutscene. Time to throw down with Sledgehammer himself.
Stop! Hammer time!
He's got a pulsating ground attack that's a total pain, but he freezes after using it. Your best strategy, keep your distance, charge your arrows, and unload. Once he's down, May finally gets to reunite with Daddy Dearest. They can see the light together at last. Back at the manor, you meet Dennis, Alyssa's neighbor, basically Timu Ronald Weasley. He grudgingly hands over your grandpa Dick's room key. Grab the winding keys from the fireplace, then head to your mom Nancy's room. Pop the keys into the grandfather clock and solve the puzzle, which is relatively easy. A hidden door appears, and then once inside, step on the portal. Next stop, the house, or as I like to call it, the acid house, because Corroder's whole thing is melting people alive. This is the Rand family home, and the victims in this section are Dorothy Rand and her son Albert, a toy maker. Alyssa starts outside the house, but she's got restless spirits to appease before she can go in. First, grab the teddy bear by the trash cans and place it in the back of the crashed car straight ahead to put one spirit at ease. Then you'll pass a dumpster with an arm just casually dangling out like it's reaching for a handshake. The half-heart pendant you'll need for this ghost is sitting on the kitchen table inside, but you can only grab it after solving the flower-turning puzzle to get down to that area. Hand over the pendant to the dumpster ghost and their soul is freed. In the kitchen, you'll also find some notes from a reporter, and if you check them, the ghost decides to photobomb your investigation. Once you're back outside, you'll see Nancy. She leaves you with your grandfather Dick's desk key. Head back to the manor. Use the key to find a sinister mask in the desk. Use the mask on the wall to open a hidden room where you'll discover the film for the reporter ghost. Next, make your way outside. Grab the toolbox key, unlock the toolbox, and get the hexagonal wrench. Use it to shut off the giant fan so you can crawl through because close encounters with death traps are totally a thing here. Go down the stairs, grab the daughter's letter, and inch across the narrow planks. One wrong step, and Alyssa finds out just how hard gravity hits. Because apparently this guy didn't get the memo about watch your step. Then finally, hand the letter over to the ghost to appease it. Unlike other chapters, your only real hiding spot is an outhouse. Nothing says safe space like a crusty old toilet. A bit of backstory, Corroder is John High, subordinate number 2. He rocks a gas mask and a suit to protect himself from the acid because, you know, safety comes first when you're a homicidal maniac. He claimed to be a distant relative of the Rands, but instead, in 1963, he tossed them alive in a drum of acid. Talk about taking family drama to a whole new level. I guess you could say he really put the X in Exterminator. Nothing like a little acid bath time to bond with relatives, right? Time to get a taste of Mr. Corroding's love potion. Spoiler, it burns. Literally, one wrong move and Alyssa could get a chemical peel she definitely didn't ask for. You've got plenty of room to move around, so avoiding him is manageable in this fight. The battle isn't too tough. He actually struggles to get the acid weapon working properly, yelling, "Damn it!" When it fails, Dorothy, who couldn't see because of the acid, regains her vision once you give her the shawl. She lovingly wipes Albert's face with it, and he can see again too. A small yet tender moment of light after all the turmoil. I I did say I was gonna cover the whole game, but I changed my mind. Because of this, I want you to experience the full game for yourself. I gave you enough of a cushion, a guideline on how the game plays out, what to experience, what to watch out for. Have you ever played Clock Tower 3? Do you intend on trying it out, per my suggestion? Let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do the thing, you know what to do. But until next time, as always, this is the PlayStation Girl signing out. Game on!